Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time, we're heading to Hong Kong,
Ooh, Hong Kong.
specifically Tsim Sha Tsui. Ever heard of it?
Of course. It's like the heart of the action, right?
I got it. And we're focusing on service apartments. They're kind of like a perfect blend of hotel perks and, that apartment living vibe.
Ah, so you get the space and comfort.
Right, exactly. And we've got this awesome guide that breaks down everything Tsim Sha Tsui. We're talking harbor views, pet-friendly options, even a nightlife that never sleeps.
Sounds amazing.
So, ready to dive in and see if a service apartment in Tsim Sha Tsui is right for your next trip.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Okay, first things first. Paint us a picture. What's Tsim Sha Tsui all about?
All right. So imagine a place where you can find bustling street markets right next to super luxurious shopping malls.
Whoa, that's quite a contrast.
Right. And it's that energy, that mix of everything that makes it so popular both with tourists and locals.
I'm sensing a theme here, a lot of variety.
Oh, absolutely.
So speaking of variety, the guide mentions Tsim Sha Tsui is packed with cultural attractions.
Yeah. We've got the Hong Kong Cultural Center, known for its performances.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Then there's the Hong Kong Museum of History. They even have this whole exhibit on the history of Cantonese opera. It's really interesting.
Wow, I didn't know that. And what about, I think it's the Avenue of Stars.
Yes, you
Uh,
can't miss that. It's got tributes to Hong Kong cinema, but honestly, the view of Victoria Harbor from there, especially at night, it's just breathtaking.
Okay, now you're making me want to go shopping.
Haha, well, you're in the right place.
Yeah,
Tsim Sha Tsui is a shopper's paradise.
I bet.
So you've got these huge e-malls like Harbor City, basically every brand you can imagine.
I can only imagine.
But then you got K11 Art Mall, and
That-
that's different. It's more unique. They've got local designers, art installations, even workshops.
Oh, that sounds really cool, like a more curated experience.
Exactly. So yeah, whether you want luxury brands or, something a bit more local and artsy, you've got options.
All right, so we've got culture, we've got shopping, but what about food? All this exploring has got to work up an appetite.
Oh, definitely. And like everything else in Tsim Sha Tsui, there's something for everyone.
Okay, good to know.
So let's say you're on Canton Road, right? You could grab some amazing street food there. You have to try the pineapple buns. They're these sweet rolls.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of those.
They're a classic. But then wander down one of the side streets and you'll find everything from small family-run dim sum places to Michelin-starred restaurants.
Wow, the range.
Yeah.
So whether you're on a budget or you want to splurge, you're covered.
Exactly.
Speaking of splurging, this guide really hypes up the nightlife in Tsim Sha Tsui. What's the scene like?
Okay, so you've got your bars and clubs. That's a given. But there's also this amazing thing called the Symphony of Lights.
A what?
The Symphony of Lights. It's this light and sound shows synchronized across the whole harbor. It's incredible.
Oh, wow.
Or you could check out Temple Street Night Market. It's got such a lively atmosphere, you just have to experience it.
Okay, now I'm definitely picturing myself there.
Yeah.
But let's get to the reason we're here. Where would we be staying amidst all this excitement?
Right. So service apartments. And there's some standouts. K11 Artists, Rosewood Residence, and the Harborview Place.
Those names sound fancy.
Oh, they are. And they each offer their own kind of luxury. Plus all those perks of a service apartment, extra space, great amenities.
Right, right. K11 Artist caught my eye. The guide mentioned something about art and comfort.
Yeah. So it's got this very sleek, modern design, and they've got curated art pieces throughout. Plus, the views of Victoria Harbor from the rooms are amazing.
Sounds right up my alley.
Right. And they've got a rooftop pool, a fitness center, so you can even work out with a view.
Okay, I'm sold. What about Rosewood Residence? That name just screams elegance.
Oh, it definitely is. Rosewood Residence is all about that refined luxury experience.
Yeah.
They've got spacious suites, a spa, even gourmet dining experiences right there in the residence.
Wow. That's next level pampering.
It is.
And what about the Harborview Place? The name kind of gives it away.
It does, right? Panoramic harbor views, you're right in the heart of things. The apartments themselves are super modern and stylish with high-end appliances and stuff like a swimming pool and gym.
So many amazing options.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get practical for a second. If we're talking service apartments in general, what can we expect? What kind of amenities are we talking about?
So usually you can expect a fully equipped kitchenette, things like a fridge, microwave, coffee maker.
Oh, that's essential. I like having the option to make a quick breakfast or a snack in my room.
Exactly. And of course you'll have those little things like nice toiletries and good Wi-Fi. But service apartments, they often go beyond that. They'll have communal spaces like gyms, pools, maybe even saunas.
Yeah, that's what sets them apart from a regular hotel.
Exactly. And you know what else? Some of these service apartments in Tsim Sha Tsui,
Yeah,
they're pet friendly.
pet friendly, you say.
Yeah.
All right, now you're talking.
Yeah.
But let's shift gears a bit. What about all the business travelers out there?
Yeah.
This guide actually mentions that Tsim Sha Tsui is a really great spot for work trips.
Oh, for sure. It's not all just fun and games. Tsim Sha Tsui is super business friendly. For one, think about the location. You're just a quick ferry ride away from the central business district.
So you're close to the action, but not right in the middle of it.
Exactly. And that central business district, that's like the hub for all things finance and commerce.
So you can easily pop over for meetings and stuff.
Exactly. And a lot of these service apartments, they cater specifically to business travelers. They've got corporate housing solutions and stuff. So whether you need a place for like a week or even a few months, they've got you covered.
Oh, it's convenient.
Right. And we talked about all those networking opportunities earlier, right?
Yep.
Well, Tsim Sha Tsui, it's got a ton of business events going on, conferences, industry meetups, all that.
So you can mix business with pleasure.
Exactly. And even outside of those formal events, the area has a great social scene. You can easily have informal meetings, make connections, all that good stuff.
Sounds like a win-win. Okay, so we've got the luxury side, the convenience, the business aspect. But what about the real Tsim Sha Tsui experience? Beyond the touristy stuff. The guide really talks about immersing yourself in the local life.
Oh, I love that. And the guide, it recommends checking out Temple Street Night Market. It's this crazy maze of stalls. You can find everything there: clothes, antiques, electronics, souvenirs, you name it.
It sounds like sensory overload in the best way possible.
It totally is. It's a great way to get a feel for the energy of the city.
I bet.
Ah.
Anything else on that local experience list?
Oh, yeah. If you're looking for something a little different, there's the Jade Market.
Jade. Interesting.
Yeah, you can find beautiful jade jewelry, ornaments, all that. They even have artisans working right there, so you can watch them carve and polish the jade. It's pretty cool.
Oh, wow. That would be a unique souvenir.
Totally.
And, of course, we can't forget about the food.
Right. Food is a huge part of the Tsim Sha Tsui experience. And the guide, it talks about how there's just so much variety, everything from street food to family-run restaurants to fine dining.
Yeah, we touched on that a bit earlier.
Oh, we did. But seriously, you have to try the egg waffles.
Egg waffles. What are those?
Oh, they're a classic Hong Kong street food. They're crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. So good.
Okay, you're making me hungry. But beyond the food, are there any local festivals or events that would really add to that authentic experience?
Oh, absolutely. Tsim Sha Tsui, it's got a bunch of cultural celebrations throughout the year. The Dragon Boat Festival is amazing with all those colorful dragon boats racing across the water.
Oh, I've seen pictures of that. It looks so cool.
It's incredible. Then there's Chinese New Year. The streets are decorated with lanterns and stuff. There are lion dances. The atmosphere is just electric.
Wow, I can only imagine.
And don't forget the Mid-Autumn Festival. They've got beautiful lantern displays, and they eat these traditional mooncakes.
Wow, it sounds like there's always something going on.
Pretty much.
All right, so we've explored all that Tsim Sha Tsui has to offer, the luxury, the convenience, the culture, everything. But how do we actually make this dream trip happen? The guide talks about booking smart.
Yeah.
So where do we even begin?
Okay, so online booking platforms, those are your best friend. There are websites specifically for service apartments in Hong Kong.
So much easier than calling around or anything like that.
Way easier. And you can compare all the different options, read reviews, find the best deals.
Awesome. Any tips for navigating those platforms and making sure we're getting the best bang for our buck?
Definitely. First off, book in advance, especially if you're going during like peak season.
This makes sense.
And don't just stick to one platform. Compare prices across different websites. You might be surprised at the difference.
Oh, good point.
And always keep an eye out for promotions or special offers.
Right. Who doesn't love a good deal?
Exactly.
The guide also mentions that customer reviews are super important.
Oh, they're gold. Reading reviews, it gives you a real sense what to expect, beyond those professional photos and descriptions.
So we're not just blindly trusting the marketing.
Right. Pay attention to what people say about cleanliness, the quality of service, the overall vibe of the apartment. It's all valuable information.
So don't just look at the star ratings. Actually read what people are saying.
Yeah. Read a few reviews in detail. Look for recurring themes or specific things that matter to you. What one person might hate, another person might not even care about,
It's all about finding the right fit.
Exactly.
Okay, so we found our dream service apartment. We've read all the reviews. We're ready to book. But what about the actual contract stuff?
Yeah, that's where understanding those lease terms is super important. Most service apartments in Tsim Sha Tsui, they offer pretty flexible lease durations. You might find options for a few weeks, a few months, even longer.
That's good to know.
But you got to be clear on all the details before you commit.
Like what kind of details?
So first, are there any minimum stay requirements? Some places might have a minimum number of nights you have to book.
Ah, okay.
Then what are the payment terms? Do you pay up front? Do they charge your card later? Make sure you know all that.
Right, important stuff.
And last but not least, always check the cancellation policy. You never know what might come up, so you need to know what happens if you have to cancel or change your trip.
Good point. It's always better to be prepared.
Exactly. Booking a service apartment, it's more than just finding a place to sleep. It's about finding a comfortable and convenient home base for your whole Tsim Sha Tsui experience.
I'm so ready for this Tsim Sha Tsui adventure. But we're not quite done yet, right? Let's wrap things up with some final thoughts. I feel like we've covered so much in this deep dive.
Yeah.
From those busy streets and all the cultural stuff to actually booking the service apartment itself.
It really does seem like Tsim Sha Tsui has it all. It's got that modern luxury feel, but then also that amazing culture, the food, and it's great for both relaxing trips and work trips.
Yeah, what stands out to me is how Tsim Sha Tsui can be so many different things to different people. So let's say, just for fun, you arrive at your service apartment, long flight, you're finally there. What's the first thing you do?
Okay, well, it depends on you, right? Some people, they might drop their bags and head straight for that Tsim Sha Tsui promenade, taking those harbor views, maybe snap a few photos.
Yeah, I can see that. Or maybe you're more about that energy, like straight to Temple Street Night Market, haggle for souvenirs, try all the street food.
Oh, yeah, totally. And then for anyone who's really into art and design, they're probably running to K11 Art Mall, all those cool boutiques and local designer shops.
It's like you said before, so many options.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of Tsim Sha Tsui, right? It's your own adventure, whether you're there for the culture, the shopping, or just to relax and enjoy the views.
Exactly. And with this deep dive, you've got all the info you need to really make the most of it.
It all comes down to what you want out of your Tsim Sha Tsui experience. So as you're planning your Hong Kong trip, think about it. What calls to you about Tsim Sha Tsui? What kind of service apartment fits you best, lets you really dive into this amazing neighborhood?
Are you drawn to those bright city lights or maybe the peacefulness of the harbor? Or maybe it's those hidden cultural spots. Whatever it is, Tsim Sha Tsui's got something for everyone.
Well said. And on that note, I think that wraps up our deep dive into Tsim Sha Tsui service apartments. We hope you're feeling inspired, ready to plan your own Hong Kong adventure.
Remember, the best trips are the ones you make your own. So take everything we talked about today and use it to create an experience that's totally unique to you.
Happy travels, everyone.